Hello people and welcome to follow the World Team Carcassonne Online Championships match. This is week 2 of the group stage and today we will have a match in the group G with Tutejšyja and Croatia. Croatia who started their season off with an absolute banger of taking down Latvia 5-0 with an absolute clean sweep that I would dare to say that not many were expecting to see. Taking down their star players, both Alexei and Chris Couches, but also all of the rest of the strong Latvians. And Croatia has certainly been putting in the work on the past year, and we'll see how that work is going to show with against Tutejšyja today. Tutejšyja, who was having a rest week for the first one, and now they will be having the same pressure as everyone else and actually have to play. Now they are in the middle of the pack, as we can see, of course, with no games played. But the position in the group at this stage does not really mean much, as all teams have 3 or 4 matches still not played, and the entire board can easily look like totally different in just 2 weeks or more, or maybe even after this week. Now the lineups you can see above me. We have on table 1 we have Ryner-kun versus Hanna Kostanic, that's Han Chi. On table 2 Chikabom versus Filip Bohinicek, the one of the Bohinicek brothers. Pushkin, that's Andrei Angrafenin on table 3, facing Goran Hladek, a strong Croatian player playing under the nick vegaorion. Then Vadzimir versus Bluste, that's Zvonimir Blaj. That's arguably the star match star duel of this match. And then on table 5, Mikhail Lapushinsky versus Lorena Erstik, also a fairly high-ranked duel at that. So if you do want to see a specific duel, then do let me know in the chat. We will be having, more of a choice of tables 1, 2, 3, and 5, as this match is also being streamed by Utsamatsi, and he will primarily be focusing on table 4. Welcome, Amires. Nice to see you rooting for, the competition. And I reckon we will start actually with Andrei Agrafenin and versus Goran Hladek. So on table 3, Pushkin versus vegaorion. And the match should be starting in about 1 minute or so, as these are of course being played via BGA tournaments, so all duels are being started at the exact same time. Let it be reminded that these are a best of 3 duels, so winning only one game is not the or winning or losing one game is not the end of the duel yet. Now, after beating Latvia 5-0, I mean, they certainly, the Croatian team has a at least a moral boost. So that might put slight pressure on their performance today of trying to try to perform at least just as well as they did last week. Hello there, Larvatori. Excited to watch Croatia play. Was very impressed by their performance last week. Indeed. Now we'll see if they will be able to push on with the same kind of show as last week. So seems like Pushkin is not yet playing. Wonder what that's all about. Maybe it's just the BJ tournaments starting a minute or two later. We could make sure of that by, yeah, also taking a look at the other tables. So it looks like none of the tournaments have yet started, or none of the tables have yet started. So we'll have to just patiently wait. In the meanwhile, we can take a quick look at the incoming matches of the weekend, which there are a lot. So Saturday and Sunday obviously being the primary days, or well, primary tournament days, I would say, every week, as they are the easiest one to schedule matches on. And we have, as you can see, we have 5 matches on tomorrow, and then 8 actually on Sunday. So we will be having a very, very busy schedule there, and we will most likely start streaming tomorrow at 1100 UTC, starting off with the United Kingdom, Guatemala, and having pretty much a pretty much day full of action from there on. Okay, now we start to get into business, and the business is looking like no points on the board yet. Both players with short roads and a pending attack from the Croatian player. Also a secondary city coming from Goran, as well as from Andrei starting a city with a extended tile, not the most comfortable tile to start a new city with, but when you have really no other options, then that will have to do. Instantly also got the quad city added to the city by Goran, which is a standard move, trying to hinder the completion. And Goran also attacking the city very swiftly here, trying to make sure that there is no swift completion. Hello Vika, welcome to Enjoy the Day. And a quick connection also. So here really just making sure that no divider is gonna go into the square and score the easy points for Andre, even though there was only really one tile that could have fit here, that could have fit there, but that is really one tile too much when you are talking about the aspect of comfortability. Comfortability. Now, I mean, that's most likely a wrong word, but that'll have to do. So, a triple city for Goran. Not an obvious place to place it too well. Maybe we can just unify the cities. We could go over here, start an attack on this 1 point city and equalize, maybe build around, maybe block this square. But it's a very long-term plan, which seems that Blue is not willing to take yet. A 6-point city for Andre, as well as a 12-point city in response from Goran, and takes him to a 9-point early lead on the scoreboard with shared features and only a single 1-point city for Andre to really respond to it. So no threat really on the board yet for either player. And we do, I want to say, unfortunately, see a discard of a monastery, but given the rather uncomfortable spots to place the monastery to, well, maybe not even uncomfortable, maybe I could have just placed the monastery over here even. There was still a lot of city caps, a lot of city tiles in general with field on the left side. And given that there were also 40 tiles left in general, and you have a meeple returning to your hand from the loop road, from the straight road, and from the city, it's not really important to be all that careful with your meeple count in your hand. 2 meeples is plenty to meeple a monastery, but that is not what Goran decide. But instead we do see a blocking attempt from Goran. There's only one starting tile to fit into this square. You can see there's 1, 2, and 3 gone, and 1 in the deck still. Now another monastery was offered to Goran, but he decides that the certain block is worth the sacrifice, though I can't really agree with that decision. There was a 5-point monastery spot, which also would have indirectly protected the road of yellow, making it significantly harder and uncomfortable for Vega to try and limit this in any way. So a bit of lost value there, but no, a blocked meeple for sure is somewhat justified. Like it's not a total waste of a tile. Yellow could have started the loop from left to threaten the road connection. From there, yeah. So starting this loop from the left side, yeah, sure. There is some added value to it because the road connection was only going to be ever worth 1 point, but if you get a rather clunky tile, then you can always protect that 1 point, sure. Not that it's going to well, usually 1-pointers are not going to be decisive factors, but if you have several 1-pointers, one here, one there, then they do start to indeed add up. And well, Pushkin better hope that that 1-pointer is not going to be decisive. A 3rd monastery and still not meepling the monasteries. Yeah, I really have to question the point scoring maneuvers of the Tutejšyjan player here. Now, this discarded monastery was still like kind of fine because the max uh, point amount that you would have able that you would have been able to score immediately for it was like 3 or 4 anyway. But with the second one and the third one, they are like increasingly better and better spots for monasteries that you could use, and you still had like several meeples that you could get back to your hand. Sure, they were threatened in some way because you needed um, the same types of tiles, so a city plus road tile on both features to try and get the meeple back, but there were still, I think, a plentiful amount of those type of tiles in the deck, so it's not really dangerous at all to use your penultimate meeple for a 6-point monastery, which also comes with added monastery, with like extra monastery spots in the future, because there are still 3 more monasteries in the deck. There is one regular monastery which now comes to Pushkin's hand, and now will he finally, with 4 meeples in hand, will he meeple a monastery? Now he has lost value on all of these previous monasteries. I won't lie, he has lost value, but I think the main reason he has not meepled the monastery is because of the rather low number of meeples in his hand at the time. But now that number has increased tremendously from 2 to 4, and you have 17 tiles remaining. Like, what else are you going to be doing with these 4 meeples if you are not going to be meepling a 6-point monastery with more monasteries to come? Like, you gotta go here. Otherwise, I cannot really justify the use of this monastery anywhere. Because none of these fields are really lucrative at the moment. They are all only 3 points, and you don't have to attack them yet. There's also another 6-point spot over here for a monastery, which is even actually a slightly better one, because you can use road tiles and field plus field tiles for the completion of the monastery afterwards. And now finally we see a monastery being meepled by Pushkin, and that the continuation of the game is gonna go so that Pushkin takes 4 points. Should take. Oh my god. No. No, 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 no. This is bad. This is bad. I mean, sure, you are starting your own field that has 3 points, so not a lot, and now 1 extra city cap, and you surround your monastery, but I think Andre is giving a lot more credit to this field than myself. I think he's just simply seeing the empty city cap that he can place on a field and then make a 7-pointer move with a future city cap. But the fact is that he could just simply take 4 points over here and attack this main field afterwards. Like, just simply getting more points. Yeah, I think the priorities of the Tutejšyjan player are a bit off at the moment, and we can see that he's also now attacking the main field. And yeah, I just really have to question this move here. Like, there's also a very, very long way to this main field if he ever wants to connect it to there, which I really doubt he will do because that would take 4 tiles of his remaining what 5, and that's just simply way too much to to try and use for a simple field connection. Blue is also ahead on the scoreboard for 4 points and also makes the connection on this large ruin here with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 with only one triple city to go. So one connection tile for Pushkin, which he will very likely need to get in order to have winning chances in this game. Instead, he doesn't get a triple city. He gets a field Dorito, which he is gonna try to use for another field connection to be made, and it does come successfully. He will be able to connect, but is this actually the way to go? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's actually one regular curve remaining. So if we get that regular curve over here, we will be able to get, well, uh, we will be able to get our meeple onto this main field, and we will be able to get these road points, which we do get. Meeple the road, because, yeah, we don't have anything else to do. Now Vega does get the second road monastery, gets the 4 pointers, and also gets a second meeple of his own to the field. Now 12 points ahead on the scoreboard, and the the difference is only beginning to enlarge as the final triple city is drawn by Vega, and so this connection will not be made. Vega will win this ruin fight by what 6, 10 points actually, which is just absolutely massive at this point, given that the field is shared. We have a 6-point extra field as blue, which is countered by this 6-point field of yellow. And the only feature that yellow really has here is the 7-point road, which is simply not enough. Andre will be using his final meeple on the 3-point field, getting 4 points on his final move, but just when all features are counted, he's going to be undoubtedly short on points. As I would have to say, as a result of this really over over optimistic farmer, um, getting quite mediocre value, I would have to say, from the city cap, as opposed to simply saving his meeple, taking 4 points here, and then maybe using this extra meeple to attack the main field later on. That would have been a totally different story. So a rather convincing win for Goran in this first game. Was on the driver's seat pretty much the entire time, controlling the game. Let's have a bit of a check on the other tables. We have also been able to finish the first game on table 5 with Mikhail Lapushinsky taking a game point against Lorena Erstik. No match points as of right now. Let us see how we are doing, for example, on table 1 with Ryner-kun versus Han-chi. We should be pretty much at the end of the game here, and we are with the 0 tiles remaining, so we might as well take a look at the second game or continue with the second game between these players. So at the moment 10-point lead for Han-chi on the scoreboard. Let's see how the final point count is going to be. Actually looking really great for Hana. 15 points, and it's going to grow more than that with a 9-point field over here and an extra 3-point field over here. The final difference is going to be upwards of 20 points. 18-point difference, so quite a decisive win for Hana Kostanic. And we shall take a look at their second game straight away. Hana, the starting player, and gets a very juicy field Dorito, even with a shielded 1. And he's going to start a city like a normal person would do. Then Ryner has two options really, either going over here or over here, starting a city. This one does come with an added benefit of being able to attack this 3-point city of Hana with either a city plus road tile or with a triple city or any other triangle for that matter later on. But looks like Ryner is burning a bit of his time. It's rarely when people would be considering their first placement of a tile this long, so I would likely say that he was simply doing something else. And he does decide to go for the top route, which I think is a better one, slightly. Hana with a monastery. There's a pretty normal looking monastery square pointing the road down for a easy looking monastery completion, or at least the easy monastery building later on. Points up though. Now that does work in some scenarios, but those scenarios include really only scenarios where these cities do not get unified together, and seems like they actually do not. Han-chi is gonna get out of trouble, or will she? I mean, she can use this divider as a divider, sure. This is 8 points, but the city is easy to finish or continue, and well, as a matter of fact, Ryner does the only legal move that he had. continuing the city and also grabbing a 2-point road. This is nice stuff, being extra careful with the extra aggressive, I would have to say, with the scoring, taking the only road that can score quick points. This one, though, is very, very dangerous. Hana missing out on a massive move here. A much better move would have been for Hana to simply attack to the city with a second meeple, since all 7 triple cities and the quad city were still remaining. And simply connecting to this city is not really that great, because sure, you get like an extra 4 points in terms of city points, but you also add an added city to your opponent's field, which now grows to 6 points and is close to being justified for a meeple. But if you simply go here for a second meeple and attack the city, then even if you would not be able to close the city later on, then you can always turn that into a ruin, and ruin on your opponent's field is just fabulous stuff, because it simply takes so much space away from that field that the ruin can so easily form up to be even more points than the field itself at the end of the game. And when you are in a much better position, when having finished an 8-point city already, and then you also have a nicely developed monastery, then I do believe that you should indeed just go for the ruins here and be like extra safe, with with still having a a realistic chance of scoring a lot. And she also takes away the monastery spot from herself, which I don't entirely agree with. Sure, it does come with with a small benefit of being able to take away like this small green area from the field expansion, but I still don't really agree with this. It was, I think, much better to simply wait for another monastery to go into this square and finish a monastery with another monastery. And also now you see that you did indirectly continue the road of your opponent, and also offered this road end to your opponent's road for really for free, which is not the way you would want to go about this. Now we are still 12 points ahead on the scoreboard, and we are equalizing this city feature over here. Our opponent is left with a 6-point field and a longish road, so the current situation is slightly actually favoring red now, I would say, because they have the only open features on the board. But it is only a very, very small advantage, as Hana has two meeples more in hand, and we still have 45 tiles remaining, so you can do all kinds of features. Well, really anything you want with this game. Still, am I a fan of this? Not really. Not really. I mean, it does start an easy loop road, but well, first of all, it was immediately able to be restricted to a crossroad, and so I'm not actually sure about the easy part there. And secondly, if you complete this loop road, then you also add a city to your opponent's field. And that doesn't really seem like a wonderful idea. Although the field does have a lot of attacking points, sure. So it's not entirely far-fetched to still grow this field to a decent size, maybe a 9, 12, maybe even 15 points, and then start attacking it. But usually, as a principle, you don't want to enlarge your opponent's fields voluntarily. Bit of a miss from Ryner here. I do believe that it was much better to actually simply drop a farmer on 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 this tile. As you can see, the field is now 9 points. It is being threatened, well, very much threatened, of being expanded to 12 points. Then there's an offering of 2 more cities being added to the field. So as soon as Hanchi finds like a straight road or really any other less useful tile, then I'm pretty sure they will go onto the field, and then Ryner will have to match that meeple. Now there is a large upside with this move also, so we are going for the block of this square to the one remaining to the one remaining field crossroad, because there is only 1, 2, 3. There are 3 in the like on the board being used, and only 1 remaining in the deck. So this severe restriction could handicap Hana to quite a severe extent, having 2 meeples stuck for potentially eternity. Ryner also going for a attack on this city, which actually in this case is a really good attack, because there are no road triangles at all remaining in the deck. The only tiles that fit into this square are the 2 remaining triple cities with a road, and that's not really much. And now Hana also starts the attack on the field, which is understandable in the sense that this field is gonna be big, but she will be at a meeple minority for a large part of the game, and there's also a major miss by Ryner, unfortunately not directing the city to the right and meepling it, but instead directs the city downwards, sorry. So this allows Hanchi to go over here for a really easy defense, and might even be able to get away with this construction here, which seemed to have been in a really bad shape just a couple of tiles ago. Ryner has also taken away his best field attacking possibility of going with a tile over here, dropping a farmer, but should be having no issues dropping a farmer also here, as he does. Nicely recovered, as Hana is certainly going to go with a curve over here to get her meeple back, and to also allow this monastery to be actually completed with the triple city with the road. And now, what does Hana do? There is an alternative to go, I would say, over here and prevent Ryner from dropping a third farmer upon finishing this 4-point city, which I think is pretty should be prioritized quite a bit. Not convinced of this orientation, or actually am I? No, I don't think I am. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Actually, I mean, it's not that bad, right? Because like there was like at the time there were 6 unification tiles to the square the uh, plus the divider, which is like 7 tiles out of like 25. It's still kind of a lot, but if you are gonna go for the for like a really optimistic plan, then maybe go over here with a curve, then another curve, and a curve over here, and then restricting this square and this square to the triple cities with a road. I mean, there was like some potential there, but still, I think this is most often just giving more points to Ryner than Hannah actually needs to do or needs to give. And now we also have to add another 2 points to the city just to prevent its completion. Also, one triple city with a road only remaining in the deck into the square, so a 50-50 shot at Hannah to finish the monastery and the city. But it would come with a meeple, so that is a small benefit. And given that it would indeed come with a meeple, it would be actually a great move for Ryner to go over here to prevent that field meeple from ever hitting. We are at +6 at the moment on the scoreboard, +11, and we are ahead on the field, which is now worth 15 points. So +26, +18, 17, and 12. So +12, and Ryner is also having a meeple advantage, at least for now. And our position is looking actually pretty decent. I believe like if we just hit or if we just manage to get the final the final triple city with the road, then it should almost be an instant win for Ryner. But if we don't get it, we still have plenty of opportunities to win this game. Curves and more curves is what Ryner keeps getting, and now the chasing has seemingly started, and I'm not sure if that is the right way to go, but then again, what else do you do with the curves though? Not much, right? I mean, except for this one. But really all you can do with the curves is simply try to do stuff like this. Try to create platforms for yourself to attack a city in the future. Is this a final straight road? Maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, not the final one. There are at least 2 straight roads remaining, which means that going over here would not be a block of the monastery. There are plenty of road tiles for Hannah to still get this monastery back, so has quite a few tiles that she can recover a meeple with. Maybe city caps even 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So yeah, still like 4 city caps to go. So Hannah's still having decent chances in this game. Not sure if her chances are going to be decent without this triple city, but we'll see about that. Yeah, the monasteries are not going to be helping Hannah at all, as she has no meeples to no meeples to use for meepling those monasteries. Yeah, this was somewhat understandable, actually really understandable. It took away 2 tiles, well, 2 city caps from Hannah to finish this city. Unfortunately, the draws were not quite on Ryner's side, and Hannah does finish the city for 12 points. And I believe for Ryner, it would be a good idea to simply drop a 3rd farmer like he does to, well, first of all, securing this field and also simply taking a 6-point field with 2 city caps. Well, 2 open city caps and also 2 city caps, I believe, in the deck still. One of them, I believe, is a city crossroad. One is there, one is here, but I don't see the 3rd one. And the other one, not sure. Dagger's gone. Starting tile's gone. The other type of dagger. 1, 2. Seems to be like the other type of dagger. And yeah, this is actually pretty smart from Ryner. So recognizing that Hannah does not have meeples in hand, so Ryner is going to be able to simply pre-make 8-point cities here for an 11-point move with 2 city caps to go, and Hannah might be forced to do this. Yeah, nicely done. Nicely done. So figuring out the remaining tiles, that there was indeed a city cap remaining, and blocking off this city from Ryner. And also the final triple city. Wait, where is the final triple city? Ah, yeah, I was about to say, I was like, surely it has not been out of the game yet, but it is now after she got it. But unfortunately for Hannah, it came right on the final tile. But given the scoreboard lead of Hannah, she might actually get away with that. I mean, plus 30 is a lot, and these fields don't look that big. Like it's 9 plus, what, 18? So 27 for the fields, which I don't think is going to be enough for Ryner, or is it? Ooh, just about by 1 point. And well, it did indeed do significant damage for Hannah to get this on the very last tile, as she was not then able to use those 2 recovered meeples, and it was very much a decisive factor. So it's 1-1 on table 1. And we do go indeed to a decider there. And let's also check the situation on the other tables. So at the moment, we have concluded a duel on table 5 with Mihaila Pushinsky taking a 2-0 victory of Lorena Erstik. And other than that, we have 0-1s and 1-1s all over. So table 2 Chikabom also in a 1-0 lead. As well as on table 4, Vadzimir has been able to take a game down from Bluste, in which I would actually have to say that Bluste is at least a slight favorite on table 4, but we do indeed see that Tutejšyja is putting on a lot of pressure for the Croatian team here. Since we do have a decider in our hands, we will stick around with table 1 to see how it ends. So far, there is not much done. Features of Hana really only on the board, and Ryner going for a attack on. Oh, I really wish Ryner would have dropped another meeple on this road to really emphasize the danger of this attack. Whereas now I think it's just going to be, you know, not that bad for Hana to simply get this city and road unified and shared. Well, Ryner does equalize the monastery of Hana, so there's something there. And well, instead of adding another point or adding another meeple on the road, we see Ryner adding another meeple onto the city. Which is going to be actually really easily finished with 2 city caps and one of the 4 remaining road Doritos. So Ryner, I believe, it would be worth to going over here. Yeah, this one I don't really like that much. I don't think it carries that much value. Like, here you are gonna be like securing the shared road, but I think it was much more impactful to go over here first, and then because both of the dividers are still in the deck, then then Hana going over here with an attack or with the block would not really be all that bad, because we have still all kinds of beneficial tiles there that would allow either that that would just allow straight up the completion of the city. Growth maple was a must there. Yeah, I do agree, Raf. It was an unfortunate miss from the Tutejšyjan player, losing out on a lot of value. Now the road is going to be shared now, so there is that small value of the road being received for Ryner, but also the city is now in control of red, and thus it is going to be an absolute key that Hana gets a attacking tile on the city as soon as possible. So let's see how Ryner is going to prepare for that. Adds a triple city at the top side, which is very much understandable. And now as a result of this crossroad, the city is pretty much secured, or not even pretty much, it is entirely secured from any attacks, for the moment at least. So now actually we don't even need to finish the city probably. I think we just need to ensure that Hana does not ever get a chance to attack it with the second meeple, because it is already 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 points for one extra meeple, and that is plenty of extra points to justify the 2-on-1 majority there. We also have, well, both players have 2 monasteries, and with the 17 points, yeah, with the 17 point well, city at the moment, I would say that Ryner is, well, in a slightly worse position at the moment, because being equal on points does not really equal to an extra meeple. But if he can keep protecting this city, then it's gonna be great. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, maybe a bit too much to use the city cap on the city, but there is a clear reason to do so, though, as to simply put even more pressure on actually being able to complete this city. And well, of course, it was necessary to take away this attacking option, but I would have liked to see a city cap being added like this, pointing upwards, starting another city. It would have just been a tad bit more safe for Ryner. And Hanshi did have a chance to block this city, but decided that she wants to attack it. So we shall see if that is going to work out. Well, she does have the tile to do it. It's not really justified to go over here, even though that would get even though it would get Hana a few extra tiles to connect, but there is also a chance of a tube divider going over here and Hana getting herself kicked out of this city. And then it's only a matter of finding those filled Doritos or the dividers for Ryner to finish a gigantic city here. Yeah, so now we see that Hana does indeed go for the certain attack. There are still 2 cows to fit into this square, so a 75% chance for Hana to fit or to find one of those for herself and connect. And with the connection, it would actually be quite a painful time for Ryner to try and come back. This move, 1, 2, 3. I mean, it does put some clear pressure on the square. It momentarily allowed Ryner to even go with the third city meeple and try to connect through the one remaining road Dorito or the one remaining triple city with the road, which now I honestly think Ryner will have to go. Because he's 25 points behind. Oh, no. Yeah. I mean, to be honest, I get that, having only 2 tiles to connect is like, it's not great. Like, let's be honest, it's not great. But you are 25 points behind on the scoreboard. You have basically the same features with the monasteries, and this city is more likely to be shared than not. And even if it would not be shared, then Hana would be clearly up on points and also on meeples. And so also look at this. Just look at this. We would have gotten the road triangle immediately after. Oh, this is painful. This is so painful. Like we had this wonderful opportunity to go for a kill move really here, and to try and get away with a massive city. But instead, Ryner, I don't know what he's doing really. Like I don't know what Ryner's win condition here is. Can he really win with just getting the 2 cows? Well, minus 11 right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So what? Plus 4, plus 5 equal, and this field. I mean, if he manages to get both cows, then like he's like almost equal. But it's a pretty big if, because he only has a 25% chance of getting both of those, and there are now a lot of features on the board that yield fast quick points, which is just something that is totally fine with Hana, because she only has 1 meeple in hand and some few monasteries here which are all really well developed. So this one I think is a mistake. I don't think she needs the field. Yeah, I don't think she needs the field. Like it's not really great to attack it at all, because Hana was already in the lead for points, right? And she has this opportunity here. Like if she just finds the like one of the 2 cows, she pretty much wins on the spot. So this is like completely unnecessary risk that Hana is taking here, I think. Well, she does get a meeple back. So now plus 18. And then plus 19 and 13. And then let's say basically equal after this and the field. Well, actually, now that I think of it, this field is actually pretty big. It's 15 points at the moment, and it's potentially going to grow even more. So maybe the cow isn't actually even enough for us. So plus 10, plus 11 for the monastery, plus 17. If we equalize this, and then we lose the field, well, yeah, we actually are pretty equal after getting the cow, if Ryner has the field under control. Hold up. So there's only 1 dagger with left side curve that fits into the square like Hana would want it with the ninja, and like it can be super easily blocked. No? So like if Ryner just goes over here and provides the attacking or the blocking platform on the square, I mean, it seems pretty good, right? Um, so the two cows, the dagger, and then not sure which other tiles are remaining, but I assume there are some connection tiles over here, like straight roads. 1, 2, 3. There's 4, 5, 6. There are still 2 straight roads to go over here for Ryner, which he will have to do in all likelihood. Though there are no monasteries, no curves. There is a splitter or a divider. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the final the final field Dorito. 1, 2, 3, 4, and also I think there's one there's also one vanilla. This is also fine actually. This way, though no, actually was it better the other way? I don't actually think it was. It might have been actually even better this way. Might have been even better because we can now use the straight roads over here. Well, we do get the divider, but do we use it on here? I don't think we use it here. I think we just use it here actually. Simply to take 4 points. Like we could block this connection, yeah, sure, but then that leaves potential cities to this very small field of Hanchi, which would be like 9 points for a move, and that's not really something that we want to see. We want to get a triple city, go over here and block the connection. So ideally, I think the final tiles for Ryner will be like a straight road here, a triple city here, and a vanilla here, maybe? Something like this. To get these 6 points away from Hannah and to add 3 points to yourself to this field. But is this a reality? Well, we do take the 7, well actually the 8 pointer. Oh, but Hanchi does get the one and only dagger, which hurts. But Ryner gets a cow, so only one cow remaining in this square. What if we get the cow? As Ryner, can we win if we just get the other cow? Maybe. Because this is now 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 points more than this part. And it is actually going to nicely put Ryner in the lead after taking into account the monasteries. Plus we have an extra meeple. And Hanchi needs to connect here. Like there is actually a pretty good chance, no, okay, a fairly good chance that we win. Also, I think we can maybe even win even if Hannah gets the cow, but we get the vanilla, which is the final tile that Hannah would be able to use to get this meeple to the field. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, just double checking that I'm not actually hallucinating. That I'm not hallucinating the vanilla, and I'm not. But Hanchi does get the vanilla, and it will undoubtedly go over here to get her meeple to the field, and it does. Ryner not getting a cow, so now only a 33% chance possibility of winning the game. No? Because he can't actually get to this field with the remaining tiles. So there's a cow. There is... I have no idea what there is. Maybe an extender? There is an extender, so a cow, an extender, and I don't know, maybe some sort of city cap. But I don't think it really matters. I think the only winning tile for Ryner is the cow, which he will then be able to take like 3 points over here. So actually Ryner should most likely just go over here now, take this 5-point road and hope for the cow. Yeah, because then we get, you know, more points with our final meeple, which is 5 instead of 3. Don't see much else as an opportunity. And he does find the move. He does find the move, so, and Hannah not getting the cow, so 50-50 for the game. Or maybe, oh, these 8 points though are juicy for Hannah. Oh, not a cow. That is not a cow. And instead Hannah does have the cow, does have the right tile, and will undoubtedly win the game. So actually a quick look. So this was 16 points. So if we just change these tiles around, then it's 13 points less for Hannah, which actually still would have brought her to win. So didn't even need this connection. Well, didn't need the connection after the 8-point city. So there was certainly a real chance for Ryner to win the game on the final tiles, but just needed a bit more favorable tile runout. I'd say he would have needed both the city crossroad and also the cow. So yeah, with quick thinking, I think that that might have been the only winning sequence for Ryner. Well, let's say after the vanilla hits and Hannah was able to get to the field. A point for Croatia from table 1, and then goes to 1-1 situation on the match scoreboard. Whereas Chikabom on table 2 has finished the duel against the Puhinicek brother Philip with a 2-1 win, which is going to put Tutejšyja back in the lead. And then we also have a point for Croatia on table 3 with Goran Hladek taking a point from Andrei Agrafenin with again a 1-2 victory. And then the table 4 of Vadzimir versus Bluste is in a decider phase, it seems. And indeed, it is the key table that will decide the fate of the match. With 4 tiles remaining and Bluste in a massive lead. Looks to be a really good position for Bluste indeed, with plus 23 on the scoreboard. We have... What on earth do we have? We have a starting tile left and a double attack pending from Vadzimir. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, no road Doritos. We have no city crossroads. Do we have daggers? We do have a dagger of the left-hand side kind, which goes into here, but it would also bring a meeple of Bluste to the field, which at the moment is in control of black. No, but it's not. It's at the moment tied. So let's say with the starting tile and the dagger, I mean, looks to be enough for Vadzimir to win the game, right? But would it actually? There's also 2 other unknown tiles, of which I have no clue what they are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. A triple city. No? A triple city with a road. 1, 2. Yep, a triple city with a road, which looks like it's not really much of a thing for either player here. Then, well, let's see, for example, first, so plus 23, 20. Vadzimir getting the triple city with the road, which is absolutely no help for him. Now relying on the starting tile as his key tile. And even that might not be enough, but well, certainly with the straight road, it will not be enough. They are, well, unfortunately for Vadzimir, he got the 2 exact tiles that he did not want to see. Nice meeple on the field on the left side. I agree. Yeah, I do agree. It was a very nice spot for black here. Very great notice, which could have actually been for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for 18 points actually, and potentially also, of course, with the dagger, I mean, a lot more than that. It was 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13, 14, 15, 16, like 80, something like freaking 20, like 38 points with those 2 tiles, something like that, which is really ridiculous. Depending on the depending on the tile run out, which one comes first, it could be even more. But Vadzimir losing by 19 points, so he did indeed actually need both of those tiles for sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, did need both of those tiles in order to win. Just the starting tile bringing 18 points, or just the the dagger bringing the points from the city, but also conceding the field for Bluste, not enough on their own. And well, no, I want to say not a massive surprise on table 4 there with Bluste winning, but good to see that Tutejšyja is, or let's say was, putting in a rather nice performance, not allowing Croatia to make a run through. And well, with that, Croatia does indeed continue with their winning streak here of 2 wins out of 2 matches, and they will stay at the top of the leaderboard. Whilst Tutejšyja with getting some tiebreakers, of course, which is important. A good moment to remind you all that not only does the top 1 and 2 of each group get to the playoffs, but also the 2 best third place finishes of all groups combined, which means that so let's say here Catalonia finishes 3rd and then Poland finishes 3rd, then the tiebreakers will come into play. First of which is matches won, of course, then duels won minus duels lost, and then games won minus games lost. So it is indeed important to get the tiebreakers for your team, as Tutejšyja gets here, winning 2 of the 5 tables, and also gets a bunch of game wins. Actually gets the maximum amount of game wins that is possible without actually winning the match. So wins 7 games out of well, all the possible ones. Okay, congratulations to Croatia, and we'll be seeing more Tutejšyja in action on future weeks, and we wish them best of luck on, well, against the other teams, Taiwan, Belgium, and Latvia. Certainly gonna be tough matchups there. No one getting let off easy. For future streams, we shall remind you all that Saturday and Sunday are going to be busy times. We will be starting off with United Kingdom versus Guatemala on Saturday, on May 3rd at 1100 UTC, and then on 1300 Malaysia, United States, and then either Chile, Greece, or Latvia, Taiwan. And I would argue that we will also be likely to stream Mexico, Portugal, but I will not be giving my word on it just yet. We'll see what we schedule. And then on Sunday, another big batch of games full of action, full of disappointment and hope and joy for others, and not so much maybe for others. How would you order Group G in their team strength? Well, I would actually place Latvia as the top as the top contender. Then I believe, I mean, it's hard to say. I think that would be my lottery row if I were to make one. Not to say, of course, that it will be the final outcome, as so far Croatia seems to be running through all of their opponents, and Latvia still at the bottom of the group. We'll see how they regroup in, well, actually also tomorrow and in the future weeks. That will conclude the stream. Thank you all for joining. Thank you all for sticking all the way until the end. And if you do enjoy this kind of Carcassonne content, then you do have an easy way to support the channel by subscribing on it or liking the stream right now. I will see you soon tomorrow with some more Carcassonne content and some more World Team Carcassonne Online Championship matches. Bye for now.